Alrighty, we are live. We're discussing our Christmas date forecast. I am rocking the Santa Claus hat because it's that kind of season. But I do have Davis does weather with me. Davis.
What?
I have Davis does weather with me.
Oh, hi, sorry.
No, you're good. So, yeah, we're just chilling. Alright. Let's get right into it. Let me see who is in here. Let me know if y'all like the jazzy thumbnail. We have literally no one in the stream. Oh, what's up, Davis?
No way, is that Davis's weather?
That's a famous YouTuber right there. Alrighty, so we're gonna wait for a couple people to join in, and then we will start off by looking at the current watches, warnings, and advisories. Yeah, you can come on a stream, Davis.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. It's pretty fun being famous, to be honest. It's sad that I get like one person watching for the first 5 minutes of my stream before everyone starts coming in. How do we have 3 likes but no one else is in the chat?
I don't know.
Yeah. But anyways, all right. Right now, we have a lot of stuff going on. All right, we have winter weather cross sections of the Northeast and the Great Lakes region. All right, we also do have some of those dense fog advisories in the Great Plains here in the north central United States, and then along the west coast we do have some winter storm watches and some rare hurricane force wind warnings out towards Cape Flattery to Cape Shallowater between 150 nautical miles and 250 nautical miles offshore. Okay, so just, you know, be aware of that. Nance, I'm not Davis.
What?
That is crazy. You got the mixed ones. Wrong channel. I am Mr. Riz.
What is Santa Claus doing in the thumbnail? I just noticed that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just decided to put that in there. Pretty interesting. But, yeah. Everyone like up the stream. Let's get to 10 likes. So, yeah, we got all that going on, and then we'll zoom in here for a closer look. You're good, Nance. But you can see we do have some high surf advisories on the west coast there, or just the coastline of Washington State. I just got something in my eye. And then we also do have the hydraulic outlook. I don't know what that is, but do you know what the hydraulic outlook is?
It's a hydrologic. It's whenever a certain area is expected to get a lot of rainfall over a short period of time.
I'm an absolute idiot. Wait. I
thought you were talking to me. I was like, I just explained it for you. Jeez.
I thought it was, oh. I thought that said hydraulic outlook, and I was like, what? Okay, that makes much more sense. So basically, we just have what seems to be about just, you know, kind of an advisory here for some precipitation across sections of western Washington State there. And then still some of those winter storm watches for the interior portions of the state here. Right? Areas east of Seattle. That's where we also do have some high wind advisories, so just be aware of that. Pretty impactful storm and atmospheric river about to kind of move on shore here, but that hydrologic outlook goes all the way down the coastline here, so just be aware of that. But we do have high surf warnings going up for the coastline of Oregon State and then into southwestern Washington. So also be aware of very, very rough seas, dangerous conditions out there, and then those gale warnings are offshore. So, definitely a pretty feisty storm there. All right, and then as for California, we also do have some more winter weather advisories for the Sierra Mountains, and then also some winter storm warnings. And we do have some high surf warnings and or what is that? No, those are flood watches. My bad. For interior California, I don't know how we would have surf warnings for interior California, but okay. So yeah. Mr. Storm has made $30,000 by selling people hot Cheetos. Is that supposed to mean something?
No.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, that's not wrong.
What?
Okay.
What are you charging them?
Like, $10,000 a bag.
Oh, so you've done 3 sales.
Yeah. From you, Pevi, and Justy. Okay, so if anybody has any questions about their location, let me know, and I will put it into my searcher dircher.
What?
I don't know why I said that like that, but okay.
A searcher dircher?
Yeah. So, if anybody wants to know their forecast, then I will let you guys know in my searching tool here. But otherwise, we will get into the forecast for just about the entire country. Sublette, Kansas. Got you. So, Sublette, Kansas, I believe is down here. Let me get into that region. Okay. So, Sublette is along Interstate 83. So,
that's a
highway. My bad. I know it was a highway. I don't know why I just said 83 for, like, interstate. Alright, so we're going to look at the RGEM model here. And so, basically, what we're going to be looking at as we get into the early morning hours of tomorrow morning. Alright, a lot of showers and storms near south, obviously, into Oklahoma and Texas. That's where our severe weather threat is present. Okay, mainly just some non-severe storms in Oklahoma, but I do think that severe threat will be much higher into Texas. Okay, but for you guys, you should stay mainly dry. Definitely some clouds, though, possible throughout the day, but I think those should start to clear out as we get later and later into Christmas Eve, and then eventually into Christmas Day. Alright, waking up at about, 8 to 10 in the morning. Alright, looks like you're going to be in between 2 pieces of energy. Obviously, our severe threat into Texas continues as that moves offshore, but also still some more energy present here into the Colorado Rockies, and just these upper elevations here of the western United States. So you guys should be pretty clear for the most part, honestly, and you will be behind that warm sector, so fairly warm and clear for you guys on your Christmas Day. And yeah, that is pretty much it for you guys. So we will also talk about other regions here across the country. So if you look at the west coast here, this is our major storm system moving onshore. Look how much rain we're going to see across sections of northern California here. We see a lot of those, oranges and red shades. All right, that is heavy rainfall coming down and lots of heavy precipitation across the coastline there, and then some of that snow for those upper elevations. And that's going to push onshore. This is a major low pressure system that kind of just is moving through here, associated with the atmospheric river. And that moves its way onshore there. And as we get into Christmas Day, we should be cloudy for the most part with some isolated showers, showers and some flurries out and about. But then really it's after Christmas night, or I guess during the afternoon hours, like late afternoon to early evening, our next round of precipitation moves in with our more major storm system. And that is going to produce really intense precipitation, mainly up into Canada, but definitely along the coastline near Seattle, okay? Look at all this precipitation, guys. This is really intense. We got very tight isobars wrapping in that center of circulation. That's a 962 millibar low, so really, really strong there to have just a, low pressure here in the Pacific Northwest to be that low. But you can see just a lot of really heavy precipitation there. With a lot of this heavy snowfall. This is going to be producing really intense snowfall rates. Okay, so be ready for some very, very hard travel there, reduced visibility, and very gusty winds as well. So if you're on the coastline, just make sure that you're being prepared for also some dangerous coastal conditions. And then we just see more of that precipitation get kind of flung into the coastline here of California. Now it's starting to see a lot more precipitation in Northern California. And this is all going to be heavy. We're going to have to watch for also a possible severe weather threat, as we will have some possible associated cells with this kind of train of moisture. So kind of like what we saw a couple weeks ago, we may see more of that kind of tornado threat with an isolated spin-up threat. All right, I think it's very, very low with this event, but I think it is very possible as well. Okay, so just please, be ready for this hazardous weather, and also just stay tuned to the forecast so you make sure that you know all these updates come in. But yeah, that is very, very heavy rainfall that we're talking about out there in California. And that's pretty much it other than that. But we're going to get 2 rounds of pretty major storms here in the next couple of days. So just be on the lookout. Daves, do you have anything to say about that California storm?
Yeah, I mean, overall, in terms of severe threat, other than flooding, it's not going to be a massive deal. Again, flooding is going to be a big thing, though, definitely for Northwest California and then also Western Oregon and Wisconsin, or Washington, not Wisconsin. And then again, heavy snow in the higher elevations. But I think the biggest story out of all this, like per usual with these wintertime atmospheric rivers, will be the flooding.
Yeah, for sure. So we also look at these south central United States. We'll actually turn this over to the NAM3 cam model here, and we'll get in for a closer look here. So this is what happens as we go throughout the night. So you can see some of those showers and slums starting to build into Oklahoma and Texas. Those are going to be our non-severe storms. Alright, but watch what happens as we get into the late morning and early afternoon hours of tomorrow, Christmas Eve. Alright, right around 2 p.m., you start to see some of these cells, isolated cells start to pop up here near DFW, Texas, pretty much to the south and east of there, but definitely a possibility of some damage wind gusts, torrential downpours associated with these cells. Alright, but you don't really see much other than that, but really after that time frame, the middle of the night, Christmas Eve night into Christmas morning, Christmas Day here. Alright, look how intense some of these cells get. I mean, you can see these do congeal into what seems to be kind of a line or just a little bow echo here. And this segment of storms could definitely end up producing some damage wind gusts. So I would definitely be prepared here if you are in central Texas, mainly, south of DFW here. And this is going to be pushing towards Houston, so just be ready for that, severe thunderstorm warning. And I definitely do think that some of these storms could be strong. Alright, but those cells that you see here right around 11 p.m. as you get, into the late overnight hours of Christmas Eve here, I do think that that's where the tornado threat will be present. Alright, right now we have a 2% tornado threat in this area. Okay, but anybody that's going to get hit by some of these cells, if they start rotating, you're going to have the threat for seeing tornadoes. It's very low, but there is a 2% risk highlighted by the Storm Prediction Center. And then that does end up kind of, at 1 hour. This does, right around 3 a.m. This is starting to look a little bit more impressive as we do have a very tight-looking bow echo here, probably producing some, 50 to 60, isolated 65 mile per hour wind gusts along that line. This is pushing towards Houston, so if you're in Houston, just be aware, very early morning hours of Christmas Day, you could have some pretty strong storms rumbling through. So those will hopefully fizzle out and kind of move offshore other than that. But definitely a fairly concerning day ahead here for those late overnight hours of Christmas Eve into Christmas morning. But I'm going to leave it off to you, Davis. What are your thoughts on this upcoming possible severe threat?
Yeah, I mean, overall, it's going to be nothing like anything that we haven't seen before. We've definitely seen this time and time again, but it will be something. And the interesting thing this time around is that obviously it is going to be Christmas Eve. into Christmas morning as well, that we do see our tornado threat peak. Again, it's going to be the late nighttime hours on Christmas Eve, so get ready for some nocturnal tornadoes to be possible. Again, I think this will mostly just be a damaging wind and large hail event overall. I also would not be surprised to see them push this marginal risk further north.
Yeah, I do think that parts of Oklahoma could definitely be included in that risk. All right, but this does go up into Dallas. In fact, I think Dallas is split in half by this marginal risk. But you can see this does extend down into Houston. That tornado threat, it's excuse me, I can't speak. It's interesting because this is actually on the southern side of that marginal risk. So your 2% tornado threat is pretty much for Houston, those surrounding areas there. So areas east of Austin, Texas, and San Antonio, and then north of Corpus Christi. That's where we have that possible tornado threat. And then that wind threat, it's a pretty broad 5% risk. So that kind of shows that all of these storms that pop up in this area, they all have the threat of producing, 60 mile per hour wind gusts or higher there. And then your hail threat is also 5%, as we do have that potential with, some supercells developing to also develop minor hail cores. So there's the threat for seeing some hail out in this region. And then day 3, we don't have anything after that, but we do have still some chances for seeing some thunderstorms across the west coast here with that general thunder. We have general thunder for the next 3 days, I believe. Alright, obviously one today, but then definitely for this whole area on the coastline that's being impacted by the storms, and then into Christmas Day, we also have another general thunder, right? So definitely a possibility for some of these severe storms to end up producing some damage. Alright, but all you gotta do is just, be weather aware, but it's really, like Dave said, nothing that we haven't seen before. So, let's get back to the rest of the country, and we'll actually take a look at the Northeast, because we do have some snow that we have to talk about here, as we do have another clipper from the northern stream. Alright, that is starting to come down here from the interior Northeast, and we take a look at what happens hour by hour here. We're getting to the rest of tonight. Alright, we see some light to moderate snowfall across the board here, across sections of upstate New York into Vermont, New Hampshire, and all the way into Maine here. Alright, but this is going to kind of just bring a nice line of just snow showers and some minor accumulations here across sections of the interior Northeast, and this will eventually make its way down into the New England areas here, and maybe as far south as even southern New England. But we take this a little bit further, and we wake up on tomorrow morning on Christmas Eve, and we see some snowfall here associated with this line across areas towards the coastline, but down East Maine. NAM is going for a little line here, a little pocket of some isolated, stronger snowfall there, so maybe some higher totals with that, but really nothing much more than a coating to an inch is what you can expect here. As for areas of like northern New Jersey, New York City, Boston, these kind of areas along the I-95 corridor, and then that kind of moves out. Also, I do think there is a threat for seeing some freezing rain across the Delmarva area. I do think south of Philly, in the D.C. area, there is the chance for seeing some of that freezing rain. In fact, we can look at the National Weather Service here. They have issued winter weather advisories, and not for snow, but it's actually for the ice. They wouldn't have issued this if we didn't have the ice put into this threat here, but what the winter weather advisory says is freezing rain is expected, total ice accumulation of a light glaze to a few hundredths of an inch, dusting to 1/10 of an inch of snow is possible. Alright, so that's pretty interesting to see there, but just be aware that there could be some slick roads there. They'd say be prepared for slippery roads, so do, just heed caution there if you're on the roadways, traveling to your loved ones as we enter our Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So, Davis, what are your thoughts on the Northeast there with that minor winter storm?
Yeah, again, I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. I think that the heavy snow there will not accumulate very well due to us being very close to the freezing mark. I do think that the freezing rain aspect is actually pretty interesting, though. I think that the mid-Atlantic region definitely could pick up a decent amount of freezing rain, and that's the most dangerous kind of precipitation because that can lead to slick roads and dangerous travel conditions, even if you just get like 1/100th of an inch of it. So whenever we start talking about, a few hundredths of an inch and 1/10 of an inch, that's whenever you really have to start looking out.
Yes, I do think that, remember, even if there's a little bit of ice on the ground, you just got to make sure that you are staying extra weather aware, because your car could definitely start sliding, but it's definitely not as major as what we're talking about in like, you know, Iowa in the past like week. I don't know if you guys remember that, but we had an ice storm recently out there. This is not going to be anything like that, but definitely some minor accumulations could definitely create some slippery travel out there, right? So that's pretty much the entire forecast. So this is going to kind of turn into more of like a chill stream, but we will go back to Radar Omega just in case anybody has any questions about their location, and we will answer them as best as possible. But once again, if you guys have any questions about your specific area, just let me know in the chat right now, and I will give you your forecast. But that is pretty much it for the whole country. You like the Santa hat? Yeah, nice. I'm rocking the Santa hat today. What's up, Peachy? What's up, Dominic? Yeah, everyone like up the stream as well. I'm trying to get the stream to 10 likes. We're at 7 likes now, but I don't know, where is everybody? We only have like 3 people in here right now. It says we have 5 actually, but the usual crowd isn't here, I guess. Did Dominic actually think that I was Davis? Oh wait, no. Never mind.
Not Dominic.
Heavy precipitation here falling near Mount Shasta Chamber of Commerce. That's in Northern California there, so take a look here on our high-res reflectivity. You can actually see some of this heavy precipitation moving into areas of southwestern Oregon here, south of Eugene, into Myrtle Point, Coos Bay, these kind of areas here. Alright, just, watch out for some reduced visibility there, because it is at night, but also that very heavy rainfall with there, and definitely some strong winds possible with that. Alright, I don't believe that is snow. Yeah, that's all rain. Alright, but for those upper elevations, snow is definitely possible. So Sam did a London, UK forecast for me. Nice. Yeah, this is starting to get a little bit heavier up towards Grants Pass, Canyonville, and Myrtle Creek along Interstate 5. So just be prepared for some, hard travel there. Swansea, UK. Alright. We have a lot of international viewers right now. Let's take a look here. It's all the way in Wales. Wow. Alrighty, so if we look, I believe, so you're in southwestern, UK here. Okay. So let's take a look. We'll have to use European for this, I believe. One moment. Alright, let me take a look. There we go. Here's Europe. Alright, so Europe here, obviously into the UK. So, really what we're looking at for Christmas morning is just, some showers offshore. I believe we do have a pretty strong storm off the coast there. Alright, but that should stay pretty well away from you guys for the most part. So really it looks like just to be, what I would say probably partly sunny with a couple of clouds out and about, but definitely off to your west, some showers and storms are possible. Or I wouldn't say storms, but definitely some rain showers. But really, other than that, you guys should have a pretty nice Christmas there. So, as far as the temperatures go, we take a look. You guys will probably, this is in Celsius, right? So you guys will probably be, looks to be like the 40s. But really not too bad with your forecast there. So, but yeah. Your dog is snoring louder than you are talking. Oh gosh. That's crazy. You got leftover American weather. One moment, guys. I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, I'm going to have to end off the stream in a couple minutes because my mom and grandma have to wrap presents down here, so if anybody has any last minute questions, let me know, but if not, I think we're going to end off the live stream in just a moment.
There'll be presents.
What?
There'll be presents.
Real. Yeah, I'm getting excited. Every year, as our family grows, we have more and more presents under the tree, so. And this year, my parents say they have more money to spend, so I think we're gonna have a pretty exciting tree Christmas morning. You asked for a friend that lives in Swansea. She's got a house full of company coming. Yeah, you guys should be fine. Let her know that she doesn't need to worry about any issues with the weather. That everything should be A-okay. Alrighty, well, I think I'm going to end off the live stream there, so I appreciate all of you for coming to watch. If you guys have any, very last-minute questions, you can let me know right now, alright, but that should be it. I will probably stream tomorrow if we do get any severe warnings, obviously. I'll try to go live, but I have a Christmas Eve party in the second half of the day, so really everything would have to happen in the morning, so honestly, probably not, actually, because everything's going to be happening overnight, and obviously, Santa is on his way, so we're just going to kind of just chill out, and I don't think I'm going to really have time to do any streaming, so this is probably going to be the last time you're going to see me for a while, so I will probably talk to you guys after Christmas Day, so have a Merry Christmas, and yeah, that's pretty much it, so I hope you guys have a healthy, happy Christmas, able to spend time with friends and family, but that is pretty much it. Yeah, no problem for the stream. Alrighty, I will talk to you guys in the next video.